Hello and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Michael McClintock and today I will be teaching you how to make handmade Italian meatballs. We're gonna start with half a pound of this ground beef. Put into a mixing bowl like this. Next you're going to want to put these breadcrumbs in. These are actually gluten-free breadcrumbs. They're made without wheat. So that means people with gluten problems, like my mother, can have these meatballs. You're going to want to put about half this amount in. And then you're going to want to start mixing it together with your hands. Make sure it's nice and even throughout all the meat when you're done. Now, next we're going to add spices. We've already got some spices out here. We've got some black pepper, some garlic powder, onion powder, and Italian spices. We've got Italian herb seasoning, which has a mixture of oregano, rosemary, thyme, and basil, but we're also going to add a little bit of each ingredient as well, so we get a good mixture. You're going to want just a little bit of each seasoning since we don't have much meat here to work with. Again, it's key to get them evenly spread throughout the meat. I first learned to make these meatballs with my dad. We didn't really have an idea of what we were doing at the time. We were mostly experimenting, but the final product came out great. And it seems to get better each time I make them, which is ideally what you want as a cook. Alright, so now the spices and breadcrumbs are all evenly spread throughout the meat, but of course we can't just have one half-pound meatball. We're going to put on medium heat, and we're going to put in this olive oil, just a little dab. And now we're going to start mixing the meatball up into multiple meatballs. You're going to want to ball up each meatball into a round ball about that big and put them in the skillet. Now that we've got our meatballs started, we're going to start turning them to make them cook evenly. Now, we're going to be using the long tongs, that rhymes, again because the olive oil tends to jump up. I have a little saying that you're not a real chef unless you have a few oil burns on your hands, but again, the key word there is a few. As you can see, this meatball here has started to brown on that, and we're going to want to have that, just like that, just like that. See, the olive oil jump can be quite a hazard. Now anyhow, we're going to want that to be all over the meatball when we're finished. Alright, so our meatballs are finished cooking, so we're going to turn the oven off, safety first. And they all look delicious.